Local officials hear about a number of updates with the city's police, fire, and emergency dispatch services. Framingham residents take part in the No Kings protests and a look into the history of a local Minuteman statue and how it speaks to Framingham's spot in American Revolutionary history. On site at the Framingham Farmers Market, I'm Brendan Fitzpatrick, and this is The Frame, Framingham News in Focus. Hello and welcome to The Frame here at the Framingham Center Common, an initiative of Access Framingham. We start this week with some updates on police, fire, and emergency dispatch operations that were provided to the City Council during their meeting on Tuesday, June 17th. Various heads of local safety resources were on hand at the Memorial Building this week. The first of which was Police Chief Lester Baker, who spoke about the body camera pilot program that has been rolled out over the past year. This month, Baker says the Framingham Police Department is launching their body cam program for all officers, as the cameras are designed to be turned on whenever a weapon is drawn on a call.
We have 136 sworn police officers in the city of Framingham. We have a camera from everybody to the chief, as you see, to the most junior officer on the department. So there is a camera for everybody.
Fire Chief Michael Dutcher was next. He said that call volume, aging facilities, and continued community growth are challenges and factors they're looking to address. Dutcher explained that call volume into the fire department has gone up by 20% in the last 5 years and over 60% since 1998, though staffing volumes have stayed nearly unchanged compared to 98. Another question Dutcher believes municipal leaders may have to consider down the line: whether or not to add another fire station in the western part of the city in order to provide proper services across the community.
But even, some of those high-rise apartments along Route 9, the Knobscott station is the second engine company that supports those along Route 9. And Chief, what's that, 13 to 17 minutes delay on getting there, and that's with lights and sirens.
As for the planned Middlesex Regional Emergency Communication Center District, which will combine emergency dispatch services for both Framingham and Natick at a site adjacent to the Memorial Building, Executive Director for the center, Aaron Hastings, told local legislators that their aim is to go live in July of 2026. Sticking with the City Council now, as the body's Planning and Zoning Subcommittee continued talks regarding the Downtown Central Business District during their meeting this Monday, the 16th, as Framingham works to gain full compliance with the MBTA Communities Act. The statewide zoning act mandates that cities and towns with MBTA service, such as Framingham, have to provide zoning for at least one multifamily housing district by right. State officials approved the CB district as an area suitable for conditional compliance with the act back in January. Since then, local leaders have been pondering potential changes to the district's parameters and height limits. However, the City Council was recently informed of a legal opinion from City Solicitor Kate Fallon Manapelli. Any changes to the district could put Framingham out of compliance with the state act. In turn, Director of Planning and Community Development for Framingham, Sarkis Sarkisian, outlined a new idea to implement 3-story building limits in the northern and southern parts of the Central Business District, along with the possible creation of an overlay district with 3-story limits on Waverly Street in order to spur mixed-use development. Those ideas were met with tepid reactions from the Planning and Zoning Subcommittee, however. District 1 City Council member Christine Long expressed her disapproval of the Waverly Street overlay, while Tracy Bryant of District 9 added her belief that the area is not in need of more housing units.
I think we need something that's really vital going there. I don't think a whole nother set of apartments is the answer.
More details on the top stories we cover here on the show can be found on our website, www.theframe.news. With written articles, full feature pieces we've completed across the community, and a calendar filled with upcoming local events, we've got you covered. Subscribe to our email newsletter to ensure that you never miss out on Framingham News in Focus. Framingham residents took part in the No Kings protests this past Saturday, June 7th, right here at the Center Common. It was one of thousands of demonstrations across the country as protesters mobilized to air their grievances amid the second presidency of Donald Trump. Local residents and politicians took to the Framingham Center Common to protest. One of those in attendance was the U.S. representative for the area, Catherine Clark, who urged attendees to stand their ground during this political moment.
So I am grateful to each and every one of you for the work you're doing, the work ahead of us, and for being here today. Thank you for being in this fight for the people of this country.
Local drivers are being advised ahead of the weekend that there will be more closures along the Mass Pike. Crews will be working at the I-90-95 interchange by the border of Newton and Weston, meaning that only one lane of traffic in both directions will be open from 9 p.m. Friday night through 5 a.m. on Monday the 23rd. Those are the same closures that occurred a few weeks ago. The construction will be carried out between exits 123 and 125. It's recommended that drivers plan accordingly, either leave early if you're traveling out that way or find a different route entirely. On a happier note though, Stars and Stripes over Framingham will be returning for another year this upcoming Friday, June 27th. The city's free Independence Day celebration will offer food, live music, and of course, fireworks over Farm Pond. The event will be held from 5 to 10 p.m. that night. Free parking on a first-come, first-served basis will be available at Cushing Memorial Park starting at 4 o'clock. Dudley Road will be closed for all traffic from Fountain Street to Dr. Harvey Cushing Road between 4:30 and midnight. Additional details on Stars and Stripes over Framingham can be found at www.framinghamma.gov. Keeping with the patriotic theme now, as we want to give you a preview of our most recent frame-by-frame segment. This past Tuesday, the 17th, marked the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Bunker Hill, and Framingham does have a unique monument to honor that moment in the American Revolution. The city is home to one of only 3 unique Minuteman statues in the state. It depicts a blacksmith leaving his tools behind as he faces Lexington. We wanted to learn more about that statue standing at the Rotary where Main Street meets Union Ave, along with Framingham's place in this history. Let's take a look.
It's meant to signify the local militia's march towards battle and dedication to the Revolution. Just down the road on Main Street, the Churchill Cemetery is where 89 Revolutionary veterans are buried, including Peter Salem, an enslaved man from Framingham. He was sold to the commander of Framingham's Minutemen, Major Lawson Buckminster, who then emancipated him so he could join the Patriot militia. Salem became a legend when he fired the shot that killed Major John Pitcairn at the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Now, as always, you can find that full frame-by-frame piece along with other feature segments we've completed across Framingham on our social media accounts. We're on Instagram at @FrameNews_, and you can also search for The Frame on Facebook. Subscribe to Access Framingham on YouTube and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content. We post these episodes onto Spotify too. We invite you to watch or listen to the show there. That's all for this week's Framingham News in Focus. On behalf of our entire team here, thanks for joining us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.